They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack.
Because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. A quick throw complete to Chark. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
58, right over there, yeah. Mike,
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for KC. 52 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And his throw here's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
58, boys, 58. Seam 6. Get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Yellow. 58.
And again, it's Mahomes. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You got to let that happen, guys. That's how we're going to play. And they responded to the challenge.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Rosen off the play action. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. They'll run with a former Ole Miss Rebel, Jordan Wilkins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They had a good chance to get the first points of the game on the board, but what a great job defensively, getting a hand in there and knocking it away and preventing that first touchdown.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Watch the whip.
On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Mike, 48. Hey, here we go.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. Vecchio now to kick this one away. This will be taken very short.
The Colts kick away.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it with Madison. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a 1st down.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks.
First down, Indianapolis.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Second and 6 at the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Come on, the ball. Motion, 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 motion.
And now it's Rosen looking. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You played through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Montez Sweat, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, 57 colors.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. From 4 yards out, and the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. That one now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Panthers. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
50 seconds.
They're going to try to jet sweep on 3rd and long. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Pulled in at the 24. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, it could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Going for the deep ball. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And that makes the score 21-0. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the carry, it's Wilkins. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Alert, alert. Alert, alert, alert. Let's go, let's go.
Here's Rosen. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
From the contact. It leads to 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
At 58 is a mic. Go 50. Let's get it.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Throwing right, and that's complete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Bravo! Here we go. 37 is the mic. Mike 37. Rabbit.
Now here's Mahomes. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
37 is the mic. Mike 37. Silver.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
Mike 37. Right here. That's what I do. And we're going 37.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Going on the ground with Madison. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Play action here with Rosen. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? you make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Third and long here for Rosen. Hot pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Montez Sweat in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's taken in at the 9. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Campbell making the catch. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get him.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run.
That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. DJ Chark with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
We got it, we got it, we got it. 44.
Now Rosen. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Here's Madison. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th down with Rosen. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Rosen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
53, Mike.
Here's Rosen to throw. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
53, Mike, 53. Here we go.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike.
Again, it's Rosen. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Colts on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Let's go.
Rosen will throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
57, Mike, 57. Hug. Hold this. Mike's 57, 57's Mike. Check. Hey, check.
They're going on 4th down. Rosen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch the pass. 15. Or big. Mike 37. I got you.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Yellow. 480. I know he ain't got it. And we're going 37's to Mike. Mike 37. 3 bucks.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
53's mine. Check. Hey, dude. Let's get this ball back for the offense.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Rosen off the play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deion Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
57's mine. You're trapped. 57's to Mike. 57's to Mike. I don't even know why this team.
From the gun on 3rd down is Rosen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Daniil Hunter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about.
Let's go.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 6, and it's a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He's going to go up top for the end. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. As his guys are in for 6. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And now it's Rosen looking. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
57 colors. Exit. You gotta go.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Motion. Whoa. Check, Mike, 57. They run that. 57. Let's go, baby. Return up.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Alpha.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Catch made here by Campbell. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
57's the mic. Watch 57. All day. Alert. 57. Mike, 57.
One final shot here for Rosen. And the Chiefs are going to get him. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy